TTT, and we're here on location at the beautiful Arazi restaurant located on Marval Road in Port of Spain. Now, as you know by now, we are the only chutney soca show on national television here in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, we have another wonderful show planned for you. And as you know as well, that Carnival and Valentine's are falling hand in hand. So today we are going to add a little twist to the show, and we're going to add a little love on the CSN hot seat. And my guest today is definitely going to be sharing some love. So when we come back, we will have a chat and you will see who that person is.
कहता है पल पल तुमसे होके दिन ये दीवाना कहता है पल पल तुमसे होके दिन ये दीवाना एक पल भी जाने जाना मुझसे दूर नहीं जाना प्यार किया तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना किया तो निभाना प्यार किया तो निभाना कहता है.
Welcome back right here on TTT and TTT Live Online. And of course, again, we're adding some love into the entire Carnival season. And we have no other than the King of Hearts, Veejai Ramkissoon. Veejai, welcome.
Thank you very much. It feels so good to be back on CSN, especially this season. As you said, this year, Carnival, Valentine's Day, they're falling hand in hand, so it's going to be an upbeat Valentine's for a lot of couples here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, and I know that you have one of those lovely voices that goes exactly hand in hand with Valentine's and the Bollywood love music and all those different things. So I saw it fit to bring you on and give you a little chance to let the viewers know a little bit more about you, your music, and what you've been doing for the past few years, and you know what you have planned in the coming year. So we're going to get straight into the discussion, and I think we should start where you started in music, and you can give me a little idea and give the viewers a little idea of who you are and where you started.
Right, so that's going to take about a couple days, but I'll try my best to condense it as much as possible. I started singing from the age of 4 years old. I used to look at programs such as 12 and Under, Scouting for Talent, you know, looking at Mastana Bahar. I saw clippings of the Indian cultural pageant that gave me an early start to loving music and loving culture here in Trinidad and Tobago. I was born in Diego Martin, so I am very, very happy about being where I was born. And that is, geographically speaking, I was exposed to not only Indian culture, but also, you know, Western culture, African culture. We grew up with steel pan right around my home. So I developed a liking for steel pan. A lot of people doesn't know this, but I play Lositana pan as well. I played for my school, and I also went into Western music. I learned Western music. Then I branched off into local classical singing. Also Hindustani classical singing, which is Shastriya Sangeet. I spent at least 17 years doing that under the tutelage of Dr. Robi Malik. Entered a lot of competitions, some of which I called already Mastana Bahar. In 2012, I went all the way to win that competition. I'm a 7-time winner of the local classical competition, the nationwide independence classical competition. I won my first car in that competition, Nicole. And that was a very life-altering moment for me, because I never knew singing local classical singing could have gotten me my first ride. At that point, I don't even have $10 saved in my bank account to think about having a vehicle. It was a dream of a young boy to have a vehicle at that age. And I entered the competition against the likes of people like Solo Gidhari, Jamir Hussain was there that year. Yeah, Baliram Bala. However, that year, I won't go as fast as say I beat them. There were 2 categories and I won the second one. And I was so surprised when it happened, but within doing so, it encouraged me to continue along that art form. Continuing along that art form, it also branches off into chutney music, traditional chutney music, where I started getting involved in that. When you get involved there and you reach that point, you want to look into chutney soca now, because you know we are exposed to everything. The nice defining moment about that was I was exposed to our Trinidadian culture, which is soca music, from a very young age. So it wasn't hard for me to bridge chutney soca with real soca and also, you know, the traditional music and start, you know, developing a liking for it and try to experiment on the international stage, such as Chutney, Soca Monarch and all these places. And, you know, I mean, I told you it's going to take a couple of days, right? But I'm just skimming through the years so far, right? It took me to Chutney Soca Monarch, where the pinnacle of my time there was 3rd place in the grand finals. I haven't taken place or taken part of that competition since then. That would have been at least 2 years ago. Right. I'm not too sure, but I think I took a 2 years so from there. And I don't have any intention of returning to competition. Not only Chutney Soca Monarch, I'm speaking about competition on the whole. Because I believe I want to spend some more time developing my art, my craft, and also passing on some knowledge as well. Right. I don't consider myself a teacher or an ustad in the field, but whatever I learned from my life experience, at this point I want to give it back. I'm very fortunate to be part of T Music Boss, which is led by Raymond Ramnarine, one of the prominent bands here, Dilinadan in Trinidad and Tobago. And internationally, I've traveled with them internationally. And I can see a lot of bright things in the future for my music and, you know, also the collaborations that I have in mind.
Yeah. Speaking of travel, you are one of those artists that frequent the island of Jamaica, and I know that you're loved there. So share with the viewers a little bit of your experiences there.
All right, so the first time I went to Jamaica would have been in 2009, and they have something called Landing Day celebrations, which is equivalent to Indian Arrival Day here in Trinidad. When I went to Jamaica, it was such a heartwarming time for me because I was expecting, I say, how many Indian people do we really have in Jamaica? Because
you're not thinking that. Yeah.
No, it's like 1%, right? So I'm saying, you know, who are we going to sing to? And here's where the eye-opening part of it is. Our African brothers and sisters there in Jamaica were singing Rakesh Yankaran songs word for word, song for song. And we have at least 3,000 to 4,000 people every single year that comes to Shedwin Park. And they love the culture. It's part of their culture as well, because since 1845, they've been hearing Indian folk music, and they've developed it into their own style. In fact, most of my musicians, when I go to Jamaica, they have African descent, and they play excellent Indian music, and we have such a good time vibing. So every time I go to Jamaica, I've been there at least 19 times till date, and every time I go is a new experience because I learn from them, they learn from me, and we just mesh. I've developed a love for reggae music. I love Bob Marley's like a god to me. Of course, Peter Tosh, everyone that from Jamaica, they have their own style, but Bob Marley stands out because I love his music and the message that he sent. It helps us as artists. Right. And, you know, I just look forward to fusing my music. Most of my music that will be coming out, I'm doing my own productions now. They have a reggae vibe to it. I'm practically Jamaican. In fact, the minister, Babsy, over there, she asked me if I wanted my Jamaican citizenship recently. Wow. And I was like, I think I'm already half Jamaican, right? Because when I go there, it's just like, you know, I just go straight to the house that I stay to, and I like at home, you know? I don't feel to come back.
Wow. So if it's not singing, and what is a regular day in your life like?
A lot of people would describe it as anxiety, because being an artist, when you wake up in the morning and you don't have a gig to do, you always try to put that extra time behind doing something that will make you relevant. And any artist could attest to this. If you lapse, people forget you. Plain and simple as that. So you need to keep working on stuff and trying to see where you could get that next hit coming. So a normal day for me is not really a normal day. I will sit behind my computer, I'll try to put together music, you know, vibe something, sing, be on my phone. Most of the time I plan to just go look at a movie, and that will never happen because I'm so busy. But it's a work in progress. And I believe if you want to get somewhere, especially with this art form that we have, you need to put in the time. You need to do your 9 to 5, just as if you would go to an office. So I don't think it really have like a downtime for me. Because we owe that to the people who look up to us for music, who look forward to the music from us.
So how often are you doing music productions now, seeing that you're doing your own productions?
Every day, because I don't believe that I've learned it, not even quarter of it. So every day is a practice for me. I'll go behind the softwares, I'll go on YouTube, I'll go online and learn about, you know, all the new features in Logic, Cubase 15, all the plugins that is available, which ones I should buy.
Yeah.
Working with AI, I noticed that recently people were saying, producers in Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of them were saying, AI has become such a negative thing in their eyesight. However, I would say this, creative people could still use AI.
Right.
And AI is not a bad thing, it's just where the technology is heading right now. And yes, music comes a million times more easier. You'd rather go in the studio and spend
so
a whole day.
Welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's where it's stepping to. A couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
If you were to tell Lata Mangeshkar and Mohammed Rafi, don't sing with 100 musicians at the same time with one take, let's do it over a course of a week, they will say, no, that is craziness. We don't do that. You can't break. That is the thing. The limitations of tradition. People are afraid to embrace what they don't know about. I'm not saying that I'm not working with AI. Most of my plugins, they are AI powered. Why would I sit back and do 10 hours work when I could do it I'm being real, in 2 hours with the help of AI? One thing I will never do is use my voice with AI. I will continue to sing. That is where my talent is. However, if it could make it easier for me to make a track and tell the of course, put in my own input. I want this bass line, I want a B flat, I want a A minor, I want this or whatever the case may be. I want to increase the tempo. You need to articulate it. Don't just take what they give you, right? Because then you could say, right, we're being lazy. But I welcome it, and that is something that I look forward to do every day in regards to production. I want to integrate it because that is where most of the artists now, the big artists out there, they're using AI technology. So I embrace it.
All right, so we have to take a break, but before we take that break, I know you were the traditional king for so many years, you win those competitions for so many years, so I want you to take us into the break with a little a cappella, traditional chutney style.
Well, there's only one song comes to mind, right? Suno more rani, dil ki kahani, suno dil jani, dil ki kahani re, dil ki kahani sun le. दिल की कहानी सुन ले सुनो मोरे रानी दिल की कहानी सुनो दिल जानी. That is for you. I'll go explain it when we come back.
Yo, say I'm the Tassa man, ready to play me hand. Yo, it's the music boss Raymond Ram the Run from Delhi, Sudan. And we're always locked on to the CSN Hot Seat with my girl, your girl, we love she, Nicole, Dookie on TTT, and check them on TTT Live online. Raymond, Nicole, Dookie, TTT, CSN Hot Seat. Yo, say I'm addicted to you. Raymond, bye.
Welcome back to the CSN Hot Seat right here on TTT and TTT Live online. Remember, we are on location at the beautiful Arazi restaurant located on Maraval Road in Port of Spain. And remember, guys, you can check them out for their Sunday buffet brunch, which is available every Sunday at $250 per person. And they also have breakfast sandwich options starting at $20. And you're free to check them out on Instagram and Facebook at Arazi Trinidad. So make sure that you go onto their page and check out all the wonderful offers that they have for you. And we are back again chatting with the King of Hearts, Veejai Ramkissoon. And he has to explain that song. So tell us, what's the meaning of the song?
Suno more rani, listen to my queen, dil ki kahani, to the story of my heart. You know, the king sitting down here, so you're talking to the queen, right?
Right.
Chutney soca news. Don't know.
Right. So Veejai, tell me a little bit about 2025, what it was like for you. And I know that you had some major things happening in 2025. And then we'll touch a little bit about 2026. So tell me about 2025.
2025 was really a nice year for me. I must say thanks to God. Everything happens because of God, right? And His direction. I remember backstage for Team Music Boss concert, you were there. And we were speaking and you were asking me, Veejai, when you're really going to do your own show? And I said, Nicole, with the right mindset and hard work, I'm working on it.
Yes.
And I did promise you that before the year was finished, I will take the leap and do it. I'm really proud and happy to say that me and my brother, we did a successful show without a promoter.
Yes.
My brother is Veejai Ramkissoon. You all know him. Everyone knows him in the chutney industry as a graphic artist. However, we have Rambros Entertainment, which is what we would call an entertainment company now. We're trying to establish promotions in that as well. Sunil, I told them, I said, listen, if we sit down and we wait for a promoter to come to us, sometimes most artists will never get our own concert. You need to actually get up and get it done. When we started planning that concert, Nicole, I was under the impression that we might only get like about 10 to 20 people to come out and listen to us, and it didn't matter to me because I needed to start somewhere. And we put our heads into it. We worked for the rest of the year to get things in place. And when I mean work for the rest of the year, we actually took money out of our pockets to invest in this concert, because we said this is one we don't really intend to make on. We just want to make the name. God was good to us, and some sponsorship came in. Of course, we needed to still make that spend on our behalf.
Yes.
The show started to come together really nice, and by God's grace, on November 1st, I had the first ever Hearts on Fire, the King of Hearts in concert, which was a really emotional time for me. I was so good up to Nicole, when you want something, you really have to go out there and get it there. I remember selling my tickets for myself. I took tickets, and everybody called. They were surprised when I showed up by the doorstep to deliver the tickets. The day for my show, I was laying out chairs up to when people was coming in. I had on a hat and a mask. and people were coming in VIP and sitting down, and I was there dusting out chairs and laying out chairs, and they didn't even know it was me. And I was one of the last, in fact, the last person to leave there that night, packing back up chairs, because when you want something, you have to go hard for it. And as I said, I keep saying it over and over, God was good to us. He showed us that, you could do it if you really put your mind to. What we accomplished between me and my brother was like a dream come true for me and many other artists looking up and saying, promoters don't get them the time of the day. Only if you're a big name, they would really come and check you to do something. And a lot of them call me after and they say, Veejai, would you provide that? I say, of course, this is why I did it, to show you guys that you can do it too, but you have to put in the elbow grease.
Yeah. But the show wasn't only about you, because you had your friends in the industry as well. They came on and they supported you during the show.
Of course, I always say, stand up on one foot. I also believe with the same time to the youth, giving them the opportunity. There are so many talented youths in Trinidad, and I'll be honest with you. For years, a lot of people have pushed the attention on the established names because it's a safe net for promoters, right? When you give a youth a chance on a show, sometimes you only give them 2 minutes in the beginning of the show, or when they take a break time, and what impact you're really giving them. Most of the time they do it without pay. I tell you because I went through this for myself, right? But they have so much talent out there that they can do their own show. I really wanted to bring the sons of Richard Ramnarine on the show, Amisha and Arvin.
Very talented.
When I heard those boys sing for the first time, tears were in my eyes. They're so amazing. Anjali Rajkumar, Sangeeta Ilahi. Of course, we had Ryan Danlal, Prince Bhajman. I can't leave out Caitlin Sultan and, of course, Indar Kanhai.
Yes.
Indar Kanhai is like the godfather. You need that. So a whole set of youth, but you also want that experience on the show that people could say, we feel that nostalgia. Indar brought that guidance and that balance to the show. And of course, myself, going out there and do what I believe I wanted to do. Within doing so, we were very successful. I would say that the show was 95% sold out.
Right.
And this is a funny thing, the night for the show, we were only like 25% sold on tickets. Everybody else came on the day. So that was the blessings there, right there. It gave us so much encouragement that today on this show, for the first time, I'm going to announce that I have another show coming up within the first quarter of this year. We are launching it today, and it's called Nostalgia. It's a tribute to Mohammed Rafi, Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar, the oldies. It's an oldie goldie show, so it's going to be different from the Hearts on Fire, which will come again at the end of the year, bigger and better. We're planning with that. This one is the one that we're working on right now for the people who love the oldie goldies and love the older music.
Right, so we're talking about events. What about music and musical productions?
I have so much. as a producer, a lot of them a lot of the producers out there would be able to relate. It's not an easy thing being a singer and a producer at the same time, because I have maybe nearly 150 projects that I started and it just shelved. And I always say I'll revisit it, but I always believe like it's not good enough. I wanted to do something more on it. And in regards to productions, I have so much to offer, but being the producer of it myself, I will go the extra mile to make sure that that is exactly perfect what I want. I'm happy to say that within the next week I have a couple offerings to release, and seasonal. So I do have a soca. I know it's late in the game, but I'm really looking to enter a competition or enter the race, but I just want my name to be out there. That'll be coming in the next week. Chutney Soca, I will be making an offering. And after that, it's summer music. So that could be love, that could be, you know, just a mellow vibe. And I'm going to take it, you know, religious part of the year is coming up. So with the calendar, you could look out for different releases pertaining to that.
Right. But I want to get your take on, you know, there's always the discussion about Bollywood covers, using Bollywood melodies, and as opposed to original music. And that has been a conversation that we've been having in this industry in particular for so many years. What is your take on this?
You know why I go and see any Stephen King horror film? Because I'm accustomed with Stephen King giving me something good, right? Familiarity is one thing. I would say this. Inspiration could be drawn from anywhere. Most of the Bollywood songs that we think are original were drawn from Pakistani music and Spanish music. Even the great Mohammed Rafi was, you know, he copied the Beatles. Dekho, ab to, kisko nahi. Hey girl, I'll tell you something, I want to hold. I mean, and we sing those songs and we say, you know, if you copy that, you're a copycat and, you know, you can't do that. I say here what? Most of the chutney hits that we have right now, and they copied Bollywood melodies, but why do people like it? Because they're familiar with it. Now, I'm not saying don't do original music. It's always good to push yourself and go that extra mile to compose your own music and offer people something that, you know, is yours. However, I'll tell you there's a challenge within that. To get somebody to like an original composition one time is not an easy thing, you know. Those things you need to push for. You will drop a real bomb song, a mighty song now in your mind. And that didn't go and catch on until maybe about a year or 2 years after, you know. And that's a reality. However, you might copy something, you put a couple lyrics later, and people go in with it, hey, this is Medi Dosti Mera Pyar, I could go with this one, I love this one. People go with, so I have no problem with it. I would say, don't overdo it. Put your own twist to it. If you're taking something, right, you always try to put your own twist to it. Don't try to sing it like the artist, try to sing it in your voice, so it will be your version of that song. I am not imitating a song, if you catch where I'm coming from, right? And I think that is my advice in that regard. Don't just copy and try to sing like somebody. It's either two things, your song better or your song worse. 95% at the time, we song worse, right? So my advice is be you know, creative with whatever inspiration you're taking it from.
Right. Now, I did say we're adding a little love to the hot seats, and I want you to give me a little version of your version of 2 Bollywood love songs, a cappella style. Give the viewers a little taste. A little Valentine's gift from the hot seat.
Well, when you say Valentine's, you know that's always nice, slow, soft and sweet, right?
Of course, nice Bollywood.
हम क्यों शिकवा कर छूता, क्या हुआ जो दिल टूटा, शीशे था खिलौना था, कुछ ना कुछ तो होना था, हुआ ये क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, क्यों हुआ, जब हुआ, कब हुआ, ओ छोड़ो ये ना सोचो, ये क्या हुआ.
Yeah, excuse me, my voice not so.
So I want you to give us another one. It's, you know.
Oh well, there's this song which I plan to share with you all here today as well, and it's called
महफिल में तेरी हम ना रहे जो गम तो नहीं है,
गम तो नहीं है इससे हमारी नज़दीकियों के कम तो नहीं है कम तो नहीं है कितनी दफ़ा सुबह को मेरी तेरे आंगन में बैठे मैंने शाम किया चन्ना मेरे या चन्ना मेरे या चन्ना मेरे या बेलिया. So I mixed that one with Maxi Priest.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm sharing that one with you guys today. Oh God, thing to make your heart melt.
So if you want to get more of Veejai Ramkissoon, make sure to check him out on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, Instagram. Are you on TikTok as well?
Them young people think, yes, I'm on TikTok as well.
So this is where we have to wrap up this episode of the CSN Hot Seat right here on TTT and TTT Live online. Remember, you can view us every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:05 p.m. And I want to say a special thank you to the management and staff of Arazi Restaurant for accommodating us again on today's episode. And a special thank you to my production team as well as to you, Veejai, for being a part of the show. And this is where I'm going to toss you over to Veejai, where he will be introducing one of his music videos for your viewing pleasure.
But just before I do that, thank you so much. This is a beautiful opportunity for all of us, the artists. So we're going to leave with this song that I just sang, Channa Media, by yours truly, Veejai Ramkissoon. And hey, this was a copy song from Arjit Singh. Right? So you guys love it up. Have a wonderful day. And until next time, I love you from your King of Hearts.
Can't count the times I almost said what's on my mind, but I just couldn't. Just the other day, I wrote down all I had to say, but I just couldn't. Now baby, I know that you've been wondering, so here goes nothing. Crazy about you, and I would be lying if I said that I could live my life without you, even though I don't tell you all the time. You had my heart a long, long time ago, in case you didn't know. महफिल में तेरी हम ना रहे जो गम तो नहीं है गम तो नहीं है किससे हमारी नज़दीकियों के कम तो नहीं है कम तो नहीं है इतनी दफ़ा सुबह को मेरी तेरे आंगन में बैठे Channa